Hello and welcome to the Bipolar Baby Podcast. I'm your host, Erica Nicole Barrera. At the age of 24, I was diagnosed with bipolar II disorder. That is the day I was reborn. In this podcast, we'll explore what it's like living with bipolar II through my own personal experience and overall mental health struggles. Get ready to get personal. I'll be sharing tools that have helped me get through the tough times, as well as the wonderful experiences I've had through my self-love journey and spiritual healing. Together, we will develop new healthy habits, hold each other accountable, and put our mental health first. My intention is to shine a light and release any stigma there is around mental health. Let's create a community where we feel safe and open to have conversations about our mental health. Together, we can grow, thrive, and shine. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome. I hope you're all having a great day wherever you are in the world. And I just wanted to give a little intro to this next episode. I am really excited about this episode. It is something new that we're going to try. It was a spark of inspiration, as I say in the episode, and it's basically live from my car. So you might hear some different audio in there this time around. You might be a little fuzzy. It might be a little, I don't know, but it's going to be different. Let's just say that. So please have an open mind. The message to me, honestly, is very powerful. I'm very happy with this episode. It's something that's definitely a little different. And I basically say all of this stuff in the beginning of the episode, but I wanted to set it up in our regular safe space that we have here, just so it's not like a shock or anything. I will say that the audio sounds pretty good, and I'm really proud of myself because I had to learn a whole new program in order to upload this voice memo that was originally done on my phone onto the program that I use to edit in my podcast. So that alone was like a huge win for me to just explore, learn something new, and I know I love doing this because not only is it helping a lot of people, but it's also helping me grow as a person and just learn so many new elements, different new technologies. It's helping me learn so many different things, and I'm really excited that I got to do this episode, from having this thought into manifesting it into a wonderful episode that I am so very inspired by, and I just can't wait to share it with you. So without further ado, here is the voice memo that is kind of become my new favorite episode. So thank you for being here, and let's let it roll. All right, coming to you live from my car. Trying something new as inspiration hits. I don't know where this will go. Maybe this will become a part of a podcast. Maybe it will be a short on YouTube or even a reel. But inspiration struck. And first of all, I realized I cannot probably do regular coffee because I've become kind of like, whoa, all over the place. And so note to self, decaf only. Oh gosh, I did that thing again. I realized I go a lot. I click my tongue. It's weird. I think it's just a comfortability thing. But yeah, I had a great time right now. This is one of those things where it's like follow your intuition and you never know what will happen. So today I was so excited about the podcast being, published yesterday. And so I told myself, I'm going to celebrate with a celebratory crepe. And that's exactly what I did. I went to my favorite crepe place that's in the neighborhood called Casa de Crepes, and I absolutely had the most delicious time ever. I also got to talk to one of the guys that always works there. He's amazing, super sweet. Always see him and his brother working, and they work hard, and their food is amazing. Anyways, it was really cool because normally sometimes you wouldn't really talk to people about what you're working on or what you're doing, and I consciously made the decision to be like, you know what, I'm celebrating. And he's like, what are you celebrating? And I told him, I was like, I am celebrating the launch of my podcast, my first ever episode. And he was so happy for me. It was cool. He asked me what it was about. I let him know, I'm like, it's about, spirituality, because it kind of is. I know it's called Bipolar Baby, and it's mainly about mental health, but also the point about my mental health is how I got here is with spirituality, a lot of spiritual tools alongside therapy, a lot of therapy. But I never really mentioned the therapist who I seen and who I sometimes still see is very spiritual. That is something that I really connected with her, and I knew that's why she was the therapist for me, because she is very spiritual. And I love her. She is somebody that I kind of owe my life to. I mean, honestly, me for making the choices and the decision to go, but her tools and her help have definitely shaped my young adult self to be who I am today. And you might hear the turning signal, but guess what? That means I'm a good driver. Knock on wood. No, I am. But yeah, turning signals for the win. But yeah, back to my story. We just started talking manifestation, positivity, even scientific terms of manifestation. Manifestation Babe, aka Catherine Zinkina, had showed us in the Manifestation Babe Academy where I forget, it was where you're looking at a particle or an atom through your eye, your lens, and how they react differently because we're watching them. So it's like these particles, actually we manipulate them by staring at them. And I'll probably link the video that I'm talking about, and you may or may not follow, and that's okay. I just want to kind of open your mind to these things, and I try to put them out there as easy as I can. And I kind of forget that it's taken me even a long time to understand these tools. So I totally get it. No worries if you get lost along the way. I will bring you back in with my loving arms, and it's okay. Something I've learned along the way too is take what you want from something and leave the rest, right? So take what you need from this podcast and leave whatever doesn't resonate with you. That's okay. And sometimes you may even come back to this and realize that while you're listening to it again, and might be like, hey, I actually didn't take that away from that last time, but now listening to it again, maybe that's when your body is ready for that information. Maybe that's when certain things will resonate. You can hear over and over again something and from a different teacher and it not fully resonate within you. And it's funny to bring up the word resonate, because as I was talking to the guy at the crepe place, it's so funny because he was talking to me, right? He was literally talking my language, because I was like, I was going to use the word resonate, but I don't know how much that does resonate with people, but I love that word. Resonate makes me feel like when you hear it, you're sinking it in, it resonates with you. It's almost one with you. You are almost swallowing it whole. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's this feeling of electricity where it feels yes, that's meant for you, that resonates with you. Yeah, so it resonates with you. And it's funny because I was consciously not using that word, just in case it didn't resonate with him. But it's so funny, listen to your intuition, because He used that word and I was like, oh my God. I told him that is hilarious. I was gonna use the word resonate, but I didn't know if you would like get that. And so he's like, oh no, like once I know people that like speak my language, speak this language, that's when I get to use this language, you know? And it's so true. Like, who are we to dictate whether or not people are going to understand where we're coming from, right? Like, let people have the opportunity to talk the way that you want to, like how they want to talk. And it wouldn't even be for me, like, we just cannot, what's the word I'm looking for? We can't predict or say in our minds what people are, what they're like, or anything like that, because I could have easily not told my guy, the employee, like, hey, it's about spirituality, or it's called bipolar baby, and fear that he might be like, that's weird. You know what I mean? But no, it was the opposite. He was so receptive. He was so genuinely excited to hear about it. And you guys, I cannot tell you how much that means to me. And that's also something I want you to think about too. When you show up fully as yourself, you allow others to fully show up as themselves. When you allow to show up genuinely as yourself, you are allowing other people to show up genuinely as themselves. I really want you to sit with that. When you show up genuinely for people as yourself, you give them the opportunity and the permission for them to show up authentically as themselves. Show up authentically in every part of your life, because you never know who you could be helping. You never know the connections that you can make with people. And you just never know who might need to hear or see you show up as yourself. You can inspire people by being you. You really can. You really, truly can. Never dim yourself down or anything. And if you don't feel like showing up as yourself, that's okay, right? Sometimes we don't have the capability or the energy to show up fully. And I want to honor that and tell you that that's okay too. But if you're willing to take a risk and to really put yourself out there, I cannot tell you how many miracles can happen in your life. So stay open, friends. Stay open. I love you so much. That was my takeaway from the day. I showed him the podcast and he even subscribed, which makes me so happy. So go out there, live authentically, and receive people who they are authentically. I love you so much. Okay. That was the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to add like a small snippet of the purpose of that little rant that I went on in the car about particles and whatnot. So that was basically about quantum physics and how basically manifestation is real because of quantum physics and how we create our reality. And like I said, I will put the YouTube video in the show notes, but basically that is just the scientific proof that manifestation is real in the way of a scientist that they would say. But yeah, because, you know, sometimes people think, oh, that's not real. Manifestation isn't real. But it's like we are literally creating our reality, and whatever we're putting out there is a reflection of what we're thinking, what our thoughts are, we're seeing. You know, we're seriously just creating what's in front of our eyes and our world. I just want to also go back to the point of being in the car and hoping that that was okay and that the noise wasn't too much. I'm still learning with all of this technology, and I will definitely learn more on how to like reduce the noise and stuff. But for now, I don't want to get like too caught up in it just because I want to keep the flow going. So, in the meantime, I will definitely focus more on educating myself. But let me know what you think about this episode. Let me know if you want more car voice memos in the moment kind of episodes. I really enjoy doing them. I get really inspired in the moment. I literally have like 5 episodes on deck that I just wanted to put out, but they're there for whenever I'm ready to edit them. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. With my full heart and gratitude, I want to thank every single one of you for tuning in today. May we always remember that we are pure light and love. Share this podcast with any friend or family member you feel called to, and we love to hear any takeaways or aha moments you got from this episode. Be sure to tag us at Bipolar Baby Podcast.